Welcome to Commodity Wrap Kickoff, produced by Rural Radio, Channel 147. This morning's show is live, and we're taking your calls. If you have a question, call us now at 855-RR-ON-147. That's 855-776-6147 to reach our studio. Now, here's your host.
All right, happy Friday. Welcome into, I was going to say the Cal Guy Close. Almost have it on my mind. We're going to an hour on Monday. This is Commodity Wrap Kickoff, and that's actually a call-in day, Commodity Wrap call-in. I'm Scott Shelly, otherwise known as the Cal Guy. Thank you very much for joining us here this Friday morning. Again, we go to an hour, 12:30 to 1:30 on Monday. That's Central Time, so 1:30 to 2:30 Eastern. Can't wait. It's a big event for us, so appreciate everybody watching and listening, and all the viewers that wrote in saying that we need an hour, and you're getting it. So let's go through some markets that we had overnight, and we'll get to our guest analyst, and we'll get going here. But you can call in. Remember, text or call. We haven't had anybody call in. I like to hear the voices, but it's 855-776-6147. 855-776-6147. Give us a call. Give us a text. We like to see what you have to say. All right, let's give you these markets overnight. We had a little bit of action. Let's start with what should we start? Let's start with corn. Corn was up one. How about that? What about beans? I don't have beans on here. Why don't I have beans? Wheat in Chicago up 3. Let's see. What are we doing here? There we go. Corn up 1. Beans up 3/4. Wheat in Chicago up 3. 4 1/4 better in Kansas City, and then we're 6 cents better in Minneapolis, right? So a lot of green on the screen. Not huge gains, but we'll take it, right? Moving down to crude oil, that's off 81 cents, but we're right around that $62 level. Gold giving back $45 today. We're at 33.03. We're looking at June, 3,303. We move on down to cotton, up 19 points, trying to hang on to 70. We're at 69.36. Equity indices are all tailing off here a little bit. We're 143 points lower in the Dow and about 5 points lower in the S&P 500. The dollar strengthening by about 257 points here today, making a run towards 100. We're at 99.42. And I think that's where we're going to, I'll give you a 10-year yield. We're at 427. We've been between 430 and 440 for a while. We've kind of broken down through the downside. Not significantly, but just to give you an idea. All right, let's bring him in. He's our Friday guest. It's Mr. Craig Bolanos. He's founder and wealth partner at VestGen Wealth Partners. Thanks for being on, Craig.
Hey, Scott, a very happy Friday to you. And isn't it exciting? You've got all of these market technicians that have come out with their thrust signals, their breath signals, and here's what that means to investors. The lows from April are likely to hold if history is our guide, and to be honest, it's the only guide we have. So I think that's good news for everybody waking up on a Friday morning.
How have you weathered the storm? I mean, any more gray hairs? I mean, have you had to answer a lot of customer calls?
Well, listen, we have certainly had. Anybody, unless you're living on a rock or another planet, knows about the VIX and the volatility that unfolded ever since the Rose Garden speech. And given this whole thing wasn't structural, it wasn't cyclical, it was policy-driven, that becomes a very emotional thing, in fact, a visceral thing for some people. So, yes, we've been busy in the trenches doing what we do best, which is making sure we remind people of the plans they have to get retired and stay retired.
Have you seen any metrics on how much money is still on the sidelines? I mean, there's some big numbers that people were talking about. I think I heard like $5, $6, $7 trillion on the sidelines. Is that true?
There's I've heard very large numbers when we're looking at money supply that can come back in. But I think what's really interesting is how the market has done this rotation, right? That gap between growth and what people traditionally call value stocks has begun to bridge. There's even some gaps between foreign and domestic when it comes to U.S. investors' lack of allocation to international. So maybe this is really going to be a market that builds back better in the months to come and provides a stable base for what could be a couple of years of growth based on the premonition here that we have a slowdown, not a recession.
Did I hear build back better come out of your mouth?
You just heard Build Back Better come out of my mouth.
Okay, we got to be careful about that.
I know. Come on. Well, I thought I was safe, but you're right. I might not be invited back. I mean, but congratulations to you on this extended show. You're right. I need to be careful. I am a Chicago guy, but you know which way I lean.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of people, look, we've got over 800 live shows under our belt, and we had an opportunity to take another half hour, so we're going to do it. So we're on 12:30 to 1:30 Central, 1:30 to 2:30 Eastern, and it's awesome, and it's fantastic, and the show's been a great hit, and it's due to guys like you that are on it. Everybody that's on that show does a lot of other stuff elsewhere. They don't have to come on my show, but they're kind enough to grace us with their presence, and you're one of them, and we really appreciate all that you do.
Well, Scott, the reason we do it is you actually are delivering what I call actionable ideas to people. We're not talking about fluff. We're talking about everything that hits the independent business owner, the American farmer, the retail consumer. You're doing it with a lens, not just from Wall Street to Main Street, but also a lens from Main Street, giving a voice to Wall Street, and that's why we keep doing your show.
All right, that's how I'm going to end it. That's fantastic stuff. I really appreciate you coming on, Craig. That's super. Really we're lucky to have you as well, and keep everybody up in Chicago and all your customers around the country living it up. I appreciate you being on. All right, that's Craig Bolanos. He's the co-founder and partner of Vestjon Wealth Partners in Chicago. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We got a caller. Well, we did. Maybe he dropped. We'll be right back right after this.